In this video, we will try to analyze a beam, a continuous beam, using stiffness matrix method. So this is the problem statement. Analyze the continuous beam by stiffness matrix method. Support A is fixed, support B and C are rollers, and AB span is subjected to a UDL of 60 kN per meter, and BC span is loaded with a mid-span concentrated load of 100 kN. In stiffness method, first we have to identify degree of freedom. That is where we have the movements, possible movements. And remember, in beam problems, there is only one movement, that is rotation, at each joint or at each support, except fixed supports. Therefore, here in this problem, support A is fixed, therefore there is no movement or rotation possible, and support B and C are hinged or roller, therefore there are rotations. That is, at B we have delta B, at C we have delta C. Therefore, the first step in stiffness matrix is system coordinate, and the system coordinate title we will do everything regarding degree of freedom. So once we have identified the degree of freedom, next we have to assign a unique number starting from 1 to those degree of freedom. That means at B, along the rotation, usually we assume positive rotation, that is clockwise rotation. Therefore, in clockwise direction, we assign system coordinate 1. At C, along clockwise direction, we assign system coordinate 2. So the next part is to find joint forces, particularly along system coordinate, that is degree of freedom 1 and degree of freedom 2. For that, we have to consider each span separately, that is AB and BC span separately, and making the supports fixed, and find the fixed end moment due to the span loads. So this is the fixed end moment for each span AB as well as BC. AB span is loaded with UDL, therefore we have at support A anti-clockwise WL squared by 12 moment, at B clockwise WL squared by 12 moment. Similarly, for BC span, we have a concentric load. Therefore, at B we have anti-clockwise moment of WL by 8, and at C we have clockwise moment of WL by 8. So from this diagram, we can easily calculate what is the net moment at joint A or support A, at joint or support B, and at support C. That means MA is equal to what? MB is equal to what? MC is equal to what? For MA, we have only one moment from this diagram, from only one A, Therefore, MA is equal to WL squared by 12, but it is acting in anti-clockwise direction. Therefore, the sense is negative, minus WL squared by 12, which is equal to minus 80 kilonewton meter. So it is acting in anti-clockwise direction because negative. Similarly, we can find MB, which is equal to MBA as well as plus MBC. Therefore, MBA is nothing but plus WL squared by 12. MBC is nothing but minus WL by 8. Therefore, which is equal to, the first one is 80, already we have calculated from MA computation. Therefore, MB is equal to plus 42.5 kilonewton meter. It is in clockwise direction. Next, MC. MC is equal to plus, because it is acting in clockwise direction, that more plus WL by 8. Only one moment we have, which is equal to plus 37.5 kilonewton meter clockwise direction. So next we have to calculate stiffness matrix or force vector. So here we calculate the stiffness matrix, then we can go for force vector, no problem. But if you calculate first force vector, then stiffness matrix, then also no problem, because both are no independent. Therefore, here we are going to find out stiffness matrix. So to find out stiffness matrix value or elements, you have to apply unit rotation at each degree of freedom separately and find the forces in all DOF, degree of freedoms. So first we apply unit rotation at a degree of freedom 1. So this is the deformation happened in the beam due to the rotation along degree of freedom 1. And remember, we have to apply a positive rotation, that means clockwise rotation. So that's why this deformed shape we get. Now, as per the stiffness coefficient definition, the moment or force produced at degree of freedom or system coordinate due to unit rotation or displacement applied at some degree of freedom, which is called stiffness coefficient, that means Kij. Here, therefore, we get moment at M, which is decided as K11. That means the force at degree of freedom 1 or system coordinate 1 due to the unit rotation applied at system coordinate 1. That's why we have 1, 1. Similarly, to C, the force developed is equal to K21, which is nothing but the force at a degree of freedom 2 or system coordinate 2 due to the unit rotation applied at degree of freedom 1, that means system coordinate 1. That's what it is, K21. Now, we will separate each span and provide the appropriate moments for this type of rotation. Then we will calculate the values of K11 and K21. So to find K11 and K21, either we can use slope deflection method or the straight away we can get the value. Okay, because already we know for this kind of deformation, this will be the moment. If you keep remembering that formula, then you can directly substitute. without using this slope deflection equation. Anyway, we will try in both methods to understand. So here, in using slope deflection method, MB is equal to MBA plus MBC, and MBA is nothing but 2EI by L into theta A plus 2 theta B minus 3 delta by L plus then MBC 2EI by L, this is the general expression I am telling, then 2 theta B plus theta C minus 3 delta by L. In this case, theta A is equal to 0 because fixed support, and theta C also 0 because of the fixed condition due to the application of the unit rotation. Then delta is also 0 here, there is no sway or differential settlement between supports, and there is no fixed end moment, remember, because here we apply only unit rotation, removing all the external loads. So here for AB span, the length is 4, that's why we have substituted here 4, then plus 2EI by L. Here L is nothing but the length of BC member, which is equal to 3. Next 2 theta B plus theta C minus 3 delta by L. Here theta C and delta are 0. So which is equal to 7 by 3 EI, and theta B is equal to 1 because unit rotation. Or we can use the simpler method. If you remember this diagram, that is in order to produce unit rotation, we have to apply 4 EI by L moment in this direction, that is clockwise direction, so that the half of the moment will be carried over to the opposite fixed moment support, that is 2 EI by L. So if you keep remembering this, then you can straight away write K11 value without using this lengthier slope deflection equation. So this is for general case, and here we have BA and BC. For BA also we will have 4 EI by L, but L is nothing but length of the AB, and for BC also we have another 4 EI by, both moments are acting in clockwise direction, therefore positive. That means 4 EI by L for BA member, again 4 EI by L for BC member. So it is equal to 7 by 3 EI, the same answer already we got. Similarly K21 is nothing but the force at system coordinate 2, that is C, that is MC, due to the unit rotation applied at degree of freedom 1, that is system coordinate 1. That means MC here is equal to clockwise 2 EI by L, that means 2 EI by 5. Due to the symmetry, this K21 is also equal to K12. So no need to repeat the calculation for K12. So this is again using slope deflection equation. So 2 by 3 into EL. Now we have to apply unit rotation at degree of freedom 2, that is at C joint. The same procedure we have to follow. So this is the diagram after the unit rotation applied at C. So here we have to make the joint be fixed, and the force developed at B, that is system coordinate 1, due to the application of unit rotation at system coordinate 2 the force, which is nothing but K12. But already we have computed K21, which is also equal to K12. Therefore, no need to calculate again this. Anyway, we will calculate for cross-checking, only for understanding. For the examination, no need to compute this one. So, in order to save time. The next one, due to the unit rotation at C, that is system coordinate 2, the force developed at the system coordinate 2 is nothing but K22. Okay. So, these two parameters or stiffness coefficients we will calculate under this step. And the member AB is not deformed, therefore, there is no moment at all. Only BC member gets affected. So, again using slope deflection equation, K12 is equal to MB, the moment at B, which is nothing but 2A by L. L is here 3 meter, and 2 theta B, but theta B is 0 because B support B fixed. We make support B fixed to apply unit rotation at C, and theta C is equal to 1. And delta, there is no difference settlement, therefore delta is also 0. So again the same answer we get, that means 2 by 3 EI, which is equal to K21. Now calculate K22. So K22 is nothing but MC. MC is equal to, again using slope deflection equation, 2I by L, L is equal to 3 into theta B plus 2 theta C, theta B is equal to 0, theta C is equal to 1, then minus 3 delta by L, delta is equal to 0. Therefore, here we get 4 by 3 EI. Therefore, the stiffness matrix K is equal to K11, K12, K21, K22. So, substituting the values obtained in the previous steps, so which is equal to 7 by 3 EI, then 2 by 3 EI, then 2 by 3 EI, then 4 by 3 EI. So once we have the stiffness matrix, then the next step is force vector, because not I am computed, therefore we can compute now. Force vector. Force vector P is equal to PL minus PF. PL is nothing but the force or moment due to load, direct load, and PF is nothing but the moment or force due to fixed end moment. So here we have 2 degrees of freedom, therefore P1, P2. P1 is nothing but P1L minus P1F, and P2 is nothing but P2L minus P2F. So in this problem, there is no moment is acting at or along degree of freedom 1 and 2. Therefore, PL1 is equal to 0, PL2 is equal to 0. But we have PF1, which is equal to 42.5 plus 42.5. Similarly, PF2 is equal to plus 37.5. Therefore, the force vector P is equal to minus 42.5 minus 37.5. Now we can use stiffness equation, which is P is equal to K into delta. Our aim is to find out the delta value, that is theta B and theta C. Therefore, delta is equal to K inverse P. Therefore, substituting the values, we can compute the values of delta B and delta C. So, delta B is equal to 1 by EI into minus 11.875 and delta C is equal to 1 by EI into minus 22.188. So now we have delta B and delta C value, therefore we can easily calculate moments at each joint using again slope deflection method. So MAB is equal to 2EI by L into 2 theta A plus theta B minus 3 delta by L plus MFAB. This is the general formula. So in this formula, delta A is equal to 0 because of fixed support and delta is also 0. So L is equal to 4 meter. Delta B is equal to minus 11.875 by EI. And MFAB, that is fixed end moment, is equal to minus 80. Therefore, MAB is equal to minus 85.94 kilonewton meter, that is acting in anti-clockwise direction. So next MBA, in a similar fashion we can compute the values 2EI by 4 so delta A is equal to 0 and 2 delta B, the 2 into minus 11.875 by EI, then minus 0, then plus 80. So is equal to plus 68.13 kilonewton meter clockwise. Next we can compute MBC, which is equal to 2EI by 3 because L is equal to 3, length of BC member is 3, then 2 theta B, therefore theta B is equal to minus 11.875 by EI plus delta C. Delta C is nothing but minus 22.188 by EI minus 0 minus the fixed end moment, that is minus 37.5 kilonewton meter. So MBC is equal to minus 68.13 kilonewton meter, that is in anti-clockwise direction. Then MCB is equal to 2EI by 3 into theta B plus 2 delta C minus 3 delta by L plus MFCB. So MCB is equal to 0 because of hinge support. So once we have the joint moments, we can easily draw the bending moment diagram. For that we have to first draw the profile, the given beam ABC, then mark the bending moment at A, which is negative, therefore left side negative means up 85.94. Then because we are in AB span, therefore for AB span support A is at our left side or left hand side and support B is at our right hand side. Therefore left hand side moment is anti-clockwise, that is negative, therefore we have to specify that point above the AB line, and the right side moment, that is MBA, is positive. Therefore, we have to specify that point above the line. So now join these 2 points, then we will get the support moment over AB span. Similarly, we have to carry out the same procedure over BC span. So at C we have 0 moment, therefore we can join by a straight line. Then over this support moment we have to draw or overlap the simple support moment. For AB span we have a parabolic distribution because of UDL, and maximum moment is equal to 120 at midspan of AB, and over BC we have a point load, therefore no triangular distribution, and the maximum moment is 75 kilonewton meter. So these are the positive region and these are the negative region. So this is the net bending moment diagram. So this is the end of this video.